We're back. It's a little Shining shout out for all you Shining fans out there, little Shininglings. We're back with another reflection on the Daily Vedantic. Today's reflection is something that I've been reflecting on the last few weeks, and that is the unique relationship between America and India. There is this historical relationship, of course, where America's the fool's gold of Europe trying to get to India. And then we decided to make the best of it, create it into its own country, and became a world power. And some of the literary heroes within America, Emerson, Thoreau, Hawthorne, Whitman, these were titans of their time in establishing the shape and the direction of American literature when America had just been born. But each of these writers, they were part of the Boston Brahmins, the New Transcendentalists. These authors, this extremely stacked group of authors, all studied the Bhagavad Gita. In fact, Thoreau famously wrote in Walden, "In the early morning hours, I bathe my intellect in the cosmogonal philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita." These writers would then have an influence on none other than Gandhi. Gandhi would then obviously have an influence on not only India, but he would have an influence on the UK, the Beatles, America, MLK. And those folks would then have an untold influence on others. It was almost as if there's this reverberation happening from one continent to the other, from one country to the other, from one philosophy to the other. Some of the great minds of the 20th century. You have folks like Joseph Campbell here in the US. You have the British philosopher Alan Watts based here in the US. You have Carl Jung, who's in Europe, but heavy influence in the US, all reading Vedanta daily. You have people like Joseph Campbell, who writes Hero with a Thousand Faces and describes the hero's journey that then inspires films like Star Wars and countless others, who was the president of the Vedanta Society of New York, utilizing these Vedic, these Upanishadic themes, concepts, ideals, to where today you can watch anything from Star Wars to a Marvel movie, to the Harry Potter series, to even Lion King, with lines, dialogue, that feels like it is straight out of the Upanishads. Because of these influences behind the scenes in invisible ways that we might not even know are there, but someone like Joseph Campbell being perhaps the most influential mind when it comes to storytelling of the 20th century. In many ways, I feel like the West is still just scratching the surface, just barely getting a whiff of the wisdom within Vedanta, within the Upanishads, within that source of nearly all Eastern philosophy. But in other ways, it feels like it's all around us. As the Rig Veda says, truth is one, sages call it by many names. I'm often distracted by the thought, the question of why did it take me 30 years before I ever came across this timeless wisdom? And then I remind myself that it's been here the whole time. The truth is hiding in plain sight. I just wasn't ready to listen. But when you are ready to listen, you hear it everywhere. I have a feeling this reverberation between East and West, between America and India, is still just getting going. And that's today's reflection on the Daily Vedantic. We'll see you next time.